Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my Afterthoughts review to Inspiration Manifestation. Oh dear, the dark side was very, very strong in this episode. But fortunately, we were saved by Spike, and at last, a good Spike episode. Yay! Yes, there was, I liked this episode. I liked it a lot. It was funny, it was enjoyable, it had a good lesson in it, and I actually kind of liked at the end how they sort of countered the main lesson with this little sub-lesson of that, it's not good to be honest all the time, but also did so in a funny way, and I liked that. And, Twilight, I feel your pain. I've had nights like this too. And in a way, I'm kind of having one right now. So this is going to be a very quick and dirty afterthought review. Because I would love to have this spell. I would love to have a spell like this where I could just... This is exactly the video I want to make. And poof! There it is. Yes. Oh, that would leave me so much more time to do other things I like to do. Because, well, I am working a full-time job and stuff. So unfortunately, there's not enough time to make lots of videos and just do everything. There's just not enough hours in the day. But it's interesting debate on that. It's like just being able to just make something go poof, discredit a work or not, or making it too easy, take away from the quality of or the worth of a work. I don't know. And I honestly don't really want to get into that because I want to make this brief. But I think in a way the thing that might sum that up might be that a line from Captain Dylan Hunt from the Starship Andromeda. It's like, nothing worth doing is easy. However, it would still be pretty awesome to have a spell like this. And I must admit, I stubbornly hold on to the idea that this is not just a spell, that this is basically an evil entity that took over Rarity, because it comes out of the spell book and wraps around her horn, and at the end of the episode, it just flies away and everything. It doesn't seem like a spell and all that. It just doesn't. And I must admit, the book and where it was kept in the castle, it screams to me prison. I'm sure Podi's haven't written on stone tablets for eons. So why is this book made out of stone? Why does it have these spiky things? Why was it hidden in this secret chamber in the castle behind a locked door? It reminds me of the prison ages from Myst. I still want to believe that's true, but I, in a way, don't think it is true because they do reference from time to time that it was a spell. But I do think that this spell entity or whatever it is will most likely be making a reappearance in the finale of season 4. And I think I'm just going to leave that there. And I must admit, I did like watching Rarity go to the dark side and be all evil. If you were a fan of Rarity whining this season, you're definitely gonna be happy. Oh, poor Rarity. She spent most of the season being depressed, but I'm glad that Spike is able to help her get out of her depression. Although, at the end of this episode, Rarity's probably gonna be even more depressed when she realizes she's probably gained several pounds from eating all that ice cream. Oh dear. I have a feeling next week's episode will most likely be Rarity searching for a weight loss spell. No, I'm sure that's not what it's going to be, but oh well, we'll let that go. I did like this episode a lot. I liked its lesson, because in a lot of the other episodes, I've been screaming at the characters, get with it, come on, I know you understand this. It's it's not easy being breezy. It's I know you can be assertive, Fluttershy, I know you can, get with it. But in this case, this works because I think we can all identify this. We've all been in this position where our friend is doing something we know they shouldn't be doing, but because we want to be a supportive friend and we don't want to risk our relationship with them, we don't want to say anything about it, but in the end, we know that we probably should, so oh dear. So we understand what Spike's going through, and that's believable and it makes sense, but I'm glad that Spike was able to come through and finally set Rarity free from the spell or the entity or whatever it is. Because I must admit, it puts my OC in a very difficult position because being a defender of Equestria, I would have had to shoot Rarity. I couldn't do that. Her fans would kill me. And I wouldn't want to do that. That's terrible. Rarity's nice. But anyway, I mean, no, Verity's cool. I mean, but I must even her is totally understandable. Even if this is not an entity, it makes sense. If all of a sudden you had this power to just make stuff appear in front of you, this would be an awesome power. Anybody would want this power, and you definitely. I like how at the beginning she's like, with the puppeteer and his theater, and it's like, let's go create the greatest theater that puppeteers ever imagined. And then she starts thinking, and the spell or whatever starts to take its power on her. Or she starts to call upon the power of the spell, and it's like, or maybe the greatest puppet theater I've ever imagined. Because yeah, I mean, that's the obvious temptation, as the old saying goes, like absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's unfortunately what's happening to Rarity. She has this absolute power, and she's wanting to do everything with it, and now it's just simply corrupting her. It's making her very selfish and arrogant, and that was obviously what would happen. I mean, and again, that was another good sub-lesson, is that she thinks she's doing her friends a favor with all these things that she's doing, but she's really not. It's all about what she wants and what she thinks is good and cool and everything, and it's it's like Rainbow Dash hates the dress. She hates it. No, get it off. Rarity thinks it's awesome, and she's doing Rainbow Dash a favor, but no. And again, I love that reaction from Rainbow Dash. That was great. Oh, poor Rainbow Dash. I must admit, I'd be pretty scared if all of a sudden a dress or something appeared on me. Alright, so anyway, yeah, that was the good thing about this episode. There was a lot of funny things like that, and but it did have a good lesson in it, and it did feel like it made sense and everything. So this was a good one. And it's not too surprising considering that it was written by a couple of classic MLP writers. So way to go to them. So there's only one more episode left before the big finale. So looking forward to seeing what comes next, and looking forward to the big finale of Season 4. This is Blue Star. Stay strong and pony on. Blue Star out.